Hey, Bruce here, the 5-Minute Handyman. I am doing some tiling and wanted to show you a couple of different techniques for cutting tile. So let me show you some of the hardware and we'll talk about it. So what I have is I've got a wet saw here, a tile saw, and I also have a scribing device. And what we have on this is there is a little roller wheel that's in here, and what that does is it creates basically a stress crack on the tile top, and then there's a little foot here that will press it on both sides and it'll break it. Quite a neat little tool, and I'll show you how to use that. But first I need to take, and on the spot where that line is right here, I need to cut this. The piece I'm cutting is too small to fit on here and be able to be captured by that foot, and I'll show you how this works in a minute. So I'm going to need to use this other saw. So let me show you how to do that. And basically what I'm going to do is, this is very much like a table saw. The blade is under here and it spins around, and we just take and we push this through. There's water underneath this section, and it splashes up on the blade so that the blade stays wet. But now I don't have a guide to use on this, so how do I know if my line here and here are lined up? Well, here's a nice little tip. I take something that's another piece of tile, a straight edge, and I line up here my mark with the edge here, and I hold that, and then I line up my other edge. Okay, put this down on the table, and the long edge of this tile I am going to just push up against my blade. Okay, and I want to just double check here to make sure that I'm lined up right, and I push this up against the blade so that it is straight, and turn the saw on. I'm just going to run it so that the blade runs along the edge of the straight line. Now, you'd notice that when I was getting to the end, I slowed down, and that's because I don't want to chip out the tile too much, or at all, really. And so, what we have here now is I cut it right at the line, and right at the line here, you can see some of the lead from the water washed it off. But I have the piece I cut off here, so I got a nice straight edge. And even though this saw blade is not sharp like a wood saw blade, you don't want to get your fingers underneath there on the actual cutting edge. And this blade is a diamond impregnated blade, and so this does a very nice job, gives a very nice clean cut, especially on this type of a tile. Alright, so that's how we use a wet saw. And so let me show you how this device works. And what I'm going to do on this one is I need to make a long cut on this tile. Okay, I need to just do a straight cut all the way around. Now, but I can't put it upside down like this because I need to scribe on the hard part of the tile, which is the top. And so what I'll do is I'm going to take, I'll actually use a pencil here, and I'm going to take and line up and make a mark on the edge, and we'll make a mark on the edge here as well. Okay, and so what I've got to do is there is a ridge in the center here, and what I need to do is I need to line up my marking with that ridge. And so what I'll do is I'll put my tile under here, get it lined up on the back end, and then get it lined up on the front end. Okay, and then the way that this works is I roll that sharp little wheel on top of the tile, and you don't have to push hard. All you're trying to do is create a stress crack there, and then when I push the handle down, this foot right here separates the tile. Now let me show you what it did. It gave me a crack, and this is a super straight crack all the way through, and so now I have my cut piece. Okay, and so this is the way to use a tile scribe, and so it's a very nice clean cut. And so for cuts that are in about bigger than about an inch, I'll use this, and if they're smaller than an inch, I'll use the wet saw. So those are two techniques for cutting tiles. These happen to be ceramic tiles. It works with porcelain and natural stone, etc. So it gives you some options. So thanks for watching. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. And if there's some other things you'd like me to show you how to do, please leave it in the comments. Thanks.